Thought I'd make a quick video, help anybody out that might run across this problem. It's probably specific to an MB5, but any AC type CDI ignition system might go through this. This bike was running fine. It started breaking up and then fouling plugs, and I got some new plugs in. Didn't even run. Didn't even have a spark. So I got the factory manual and checked the ignition coil primary and secondaries. And if you notice right here on the factory manual, it says 0.2 to 0.3 on the primary and 3.4 to 4.2 on the secondary. And that is absolutely wrong. It is, and when you look at this book, 2 to 3 on the primary, 3.4 to 4.2 thousand ohms. Well, I used the factory manual, assuming it was right, went and got an ignition coil and didn't fix it. So I started doing more investigation and checking out the pulsar and the exciter coils. They all seemed fine. And then you get right down, of course, to the mystery CDI unit. And what would happen is when I put a voltmeter on the exciter coil and ground and spun the engine without the CD box, I got 55 volts. The minute I connected the CD box, it went down to 1.2 volts and, obviously no spark. So I tried the trick that the guy said on the internet, try putting it in an oven, because I can't buy a CD box for this bike. I mean, I think they sell one in Germany or something, but I don't know if it's got the same curve over there. And so I stuck it in the oven for 10 minutes, 270, nothing happened. So I went the other way with it, and this is usually a good trick if you've got an open circuit and a circuit board, is to cool the circuit down, because it causes the solder joints to contract, and sometimes the circuit will work while it's cold and then it warms up. So that's what I did. I stuck it in the freezer, put it back on the bike sparked, everything was fine, but the more that I kept the engine turning with the drill, eventually the spark just disappeared. So what I had to eventually do, and I didn't like doing this, but I had to cut the CD box open. And you got to be really careful, because you make a mistake, you're done. But once I cut the box open and I just resoldered all of the points, you hit it with a soldering iron, you reflow everything, and that fixed the problem. So you literally plug it in now and the bike runs fine. So if you got an MB5 and you need a CD unit, you can try that. I mean, it can't hurt. But when you go to cut it, you cut this much. I mean, you cut just the top layer off the box, because you don't want to go into the circuit board, because it's right there. And I just guessed, and I got lucky. But that's all it took, and the bike runs now. So maybe this will help somebody who's got one of these bikes that doesn't start, because you can't get parts. You can't get a lot of parts for them anymore.